Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Thursday, the 4th of June, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, CWI offers condolences on passing of Cleon Smith. And in our feature for this evening, Nevis's cricket chief speaks to plans affected by COVID-19. We'll take this break and I'll be right back.
Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome MERS-CoV and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome SARS-CoV. The 2019 novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV is a new strain that has not been previously identified in humans. Coronaviruses are zoonotic, meaning they are transmitted from animals to humans. Detailed investigations found that SARS-CoV was transmitted from civet cats to humans and MERS-CoV from dromedary camels to humans. Several known coronaviruses are circulating in animals that have not yet infected humans. Common signs of infection include respiratory symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and breathing difficulties. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. To protect yourself and prevent the spread of the infection, practice regular hand washing, covering mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, thoroughly cooking meat and eggs. Avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness such as coughing and sneezing. This message was brought to you by the Nevis Health Promotion Unit.
Well, I'm back and we start with cricket. Cricket West Indies offered condolences to the family and friends of Cleon Smith, head coach of the Jamaica women's cricket team. He passed away last week, Thursday. Smith played a crucial role in the development of several players on the island, including Stephanie Taylor, the West Indies women's captain. He is credited with the success of the Jamaica team in the CWI women's tournaments, where they won several titles in the last decade. He also coached the St. Anne's Parish team, several clubs and schools. Smith was a regular coordinator of the kiddie cricket program, which was part of the CWI age group and junior development pathway. Jimmy Adams, CWI's director of cricket, paid tribute thus: "It is with deep sense of loss that all of us at CWI board heard of the passing of Cleon Smith. He has been an integral part of the Jamaica cricketing landscape, serving as head coach of the country's women's regional program for over 10 years, Adams said. Cleon dedicated his life to coaching the game at community, school and regional levels, and the game will be left that much poorer by his passing. All of us at CWI wish to convey our deepest condolences to Cleon's family as we share their grief during this period of mourning." We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Wash your hands with soap and water. Having clean hands reduces the spread of diseases like COVID-19. Let's show you how to do it. After wetting your hands, close the tap. Add soap and lather your palms. The back of your hands, between your fingers, back of fingertips in your palm, your thumbs, the tips of your fingers in your palm, and don't forget your wrists. Use a tissue to open the tap, as this was last touched by your unwashed hands. Rinse your hands thoroughly. Finally, use tissues to dry both hands and discard in the bin. During this 50 seconds of hand washing, we had the tap running for only 7.5 seconds, saving 85% of water otherwise wasted. Water is a precious resource, and in some countries, it is scarce. So as you wash your hands, don't waste water. We are PAHO, and we care.
Well, I'm back, and tonight cricket is in the spotlight. In a recent interview with NTV Sports Page, President of the Nevis Cricket Association, Carlisle Powell, noted that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has not only affected sports on a worldwide basis, but certainly has affected sports on Nevis in a big way. Let's hear from Mr. Powell. Carlisle Powell is the President of the Nevis Cricket Association. And not only cricket, but world sport generally has been struck for six by the COVID-19 coronavirus, and certainly Nevis has been affected as well. Carlisle, I know the last time we spoke, you would have had meetings, or meeting at least with your executive, and you would have had several plans. How has the coronavirus pandemic affected those plans?
Well, it has thrown everything into full chaos because we had asked the clubs to register by the end of March so that we could get a handle as to how many clubs are interested in playing what formats of the game. And we had already moved forward and contacted a sponsor for one of the tournaments. All of that is now in limbo because, the West Indies Cricket Board, they have called the first class season with 2 rounds of matches to go. The women's tournament and all the age group tournaments have been suspended, and likewise the local tournament. But Curtis, what this does is to give us more time to plan for whenever this comes to an end, so that we can go ahead and plan our tournaments, so that we can move forward quickly and implement once this is over.
Based on the guidelines from the medical board to the WICB, and hence the WICB to the territorial boards, what would be the advice for cricketers in the interim? Virtually going a hole, or exercise practice in the interim, or what is the advice?
Cricket is not just on the field, Curtis. I would want these players to do the mental work, which is so important to cricket, and do the physical work as well. Plus, it also gives them a time to reflect, especially those players who are at the first class level. They can find everything on YouTube, so they can go reflect on their performances for the season, look and see where they went wrong in terms of the bowlers, see how consistent they were in hitting the spots, and see what were the wicket-taking deliveries and how often they were able to do this. The batsmen, they can look to see how they got out. Look to see how long they spent in the crease, and look to see how they can maximize on the results when they get back to playing cricket. Because it doesn't seem as if we're going to be back on the field anytime shortly, Curtis, to be quite honest.
What about your executive, though? Would you in the interim also, I know it's tough times for even the companies, but would you be also trying to sort out sponsorship deals, or what would you be doing in the interim as an executive?
Of course, we have to do the off-the-field planning. We have already written to one institution requesting sponsorship of the tournament. That has been put on hold, I would say, because of the advent of coronavirus. They had to prepare their staff and their business to get ready for coronavirus. But there is another business that we'll target very shortly and send out that letter. We understand that we might not be able to get a go-ahead right now, but it is important for us to put things in place. We can't just do nothing because the coronavirus is out. We know, as I said earlier, that the cricket might be a little bit difficult. We should not be able to play cricket because of the demands of social spacing. But we are going to have to observe those rules.
Okay, so any advice you'll want to leave with the cricketers, the general public, based on what's going on, and in terms of just staying safe?
Yeah, we'll still go ahead and do the technical aspect of the work. We will still send out the registration forms, and we'll still ask clubs to register. But what it means now is that we can give people additional time to register to play. But what we want to find out is the intent, so that once we do fixtures, we can easily do the fixtures without set dates. so that whenever we are ready to go back on the field of play, we can simply input the dates and move forward. But Curtis, these are challenging times. I don't know in my lifetime that we have ever had anything to bring world commerce to a virtual standstill as this, and to stop everything from entertainment to sport to business to just simple going out to eat.
Well, Carlisle, none of us experienced World Wars One and Two, but this apparently is World War Three, and we will have to say we did experience this World War Three.
Maybe 3 and 4 together.
Wow.
Because everything has come to a virtual stop.
Well, Carlisle, thank you very much for entertaining me at this time, and virtually also, you would have to recognize that NTV Sports page would be in a quandary even as we speak, because what do you report on when there's no sporting activity?
True. But it gives the sporting organizations the opportunity to reorganize and restructure to make sure that once we come back to playing and to participating, that we're ready.
Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.